draft. Depth chart, put them last behind Flacco and Dillian Gabriel, and both of them is trash. It's clearly double standards, evidently not a problem with Shedeur. It's arrogance with Mansell, they called it Moxie.
Shedeur Sanders gets some massive news from the Cleveland Browns, and it's the NFL playoff starts today. Which team will emerge to carry on during this playoff run? We getting ready to talk about it right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Do me a favor, you got to do me a solid. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Will you do that for me? All right. Hype this video. Share this video. Let's get this show started right now on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Let's go.
Girl, I wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't do it.
Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns football players received some massive news. Well, B. Watts, what is the massive news? The Cleveland Browns general manager Andrew Berry is interviewing the Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator for the second time, Jim Swayze. What's so heartbreaking about it? What's so massive about it, B. Watts? If they hire this defensive coordinator who was up under Kevin Stefanski, the coach that they just fired, that means Tommy Rees is coming back as the offensive coordinator and the play caller for Shedeur Sanders. That's massive news. That's heartbreaking to me. You gonna bring back everybody. I mean everybody. They're gonna bring back everybody but Kevin Stefanski. What I can't understand, if they really believe in Jim, the defensive coordinator, why they just didn't go ahead and fire Kevin Stefanski during the regular season when they knew they weren't going to bring him back this year. And then try the defensive coordinator out, Jimmy, during the last part of the season. Now they just bringing him back for a second interview. A second interview. When you hear a team that want to interview you twice, that means you are a serious candidate to be their head coach. That's heartbreaking. That's some massive news when it comes to the Cleveland Browns head coaching search. Now, many people saying they don't see nothing wrong with that. They just need to fix the offensive side of the ball. Do you really think this defensive coordinator gonna pick a offensive coordinator when he been in the room and in the building with Tommy Rees all year long? They don't talked about it. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking news for Shedeur Sanders and the offensive side of the ball. The potential of bringing Tommy Rees back as an offensive coordinator and play caller after what we saw this past season. That ain't heartbreaking news to y'all. That ain't no massive news to y'all. Or, I mean, tell me. Let me know. Talk to me. That's massive news. That's some heartbreaking news if Andrew Berry do that. And if they do that, they all going to be gone in 1 year. 1 year, all of them going to be gone. Because they can go with the bag-up quarterback, Deshaun Watson, this year. And next year, them $80 million will be off the books. Going to be off the book. So the owner can say, hey, this didn't work, Andrew. I'm going to get rid of Andrew. I'm going to get rid of Jim. I'm going to get rid of Tommy. And I'm going to get rid of Deshaun Watson. I'm wiping it clean. And I get a chance to get the Manning guy coming out of college. And then I go find me a head coach, new general manager, and everything to start off the 2027 season. it's bad news. Bad news if they go down that rabbit hole. Bad news if they hire Jim Swanson as the head coach and he turn around and bring back somebody he familiar with, the offensive coordinator, play caller, Tommy Rees. Let's keep it real with you. Can you imagine what the Cleveland media, you already know how they roll, gonna act and talk about this situation. They ain't gonna link all of them together if it goes south. Andrew Berry, the general manager, the head coach, Jim Swayze, the offensive play caller, offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees, and Shedeur Sanders, the starting quarterback. The Cleveland media already don't want them there. No way. Listen to the Cleveland media, the way they talking now. In the past. This is a past video. It ain't been too long ago, about a week ago. Just listen to the conversation that they had over there on the radio. You tell me if this ain't got the potential to be heartbreaking news for Shedeur Sanders. Listen how they talking about Shedeur now. Play that video.
But I think you guys are both dead wrong about the distraction. I think that he causes a distraction amongst us. I think he causes a distraction amongst the fans. I don't think, and I go into the building, and I know Jason does too, but I go into the building, and damn it, I don't think that he causes a distraction in the locker room. I don't think he causes a distraction with the team. And I don't think that he is such an albatross around this team or a detriment. I don't want to keep overusing the term albatross. Such a detriment to the team that they can't have him on the roster next year.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I love Jason.
I haven't seen that.
And I don't mean to take shots at him when he's not on the air, but I think that thought's completely asinine. Now, if the next head coach comes in and goes, this kid ain't going to work, okay, fine. Go ahead and do that. I'm just looking at what I have now because I have very little trust in the people picking the head coach. I got very little trust in what they're going to do in the upcoming draft. I have zero trust. If Dante Moore doesn't come out, I have zero trust of any other quarterback. Ty Simpson, you kidding? No, absolutely not. I'm not doing that thing again. So now I'll sit there and go, okay, well, I got to make the best of a bad situation. Guys, not a great situation. Statistically, yeah, the stats, they bear out he's bad. I can't run away from that. I can't run in the first place.
He's got the arm talent of a better pick, but he's played like a fifth round or worse pick.
I'm advocating for him to be here next year, and as of right now, to start next year, because he's the only one I think there's plenty of other players I'd like to see. He's the only one in the quarterback room I'm interested in seeing at all.
That's the Cleveland media, the way they talking about Shedeur Sanders now. They don't even want him on the team. Some of them don't. After what he done went through this past season. After the things that he done did with no first team reps. Won the last two games with a makeup mixed state offensive line. And they talking like that. They messing. And I'm telling you right now, if Andrew Berry hired this defensive coordinator as the head coach, 9 times out of 10, he gonna bring back Tommy Rees as the offensive coordinator and play caller. 9 times out of 10, that's what he want. That's who he familiar with. He been in the room with him for a year or two. That's what the route he gonna go. Even though the Cleveland Browns did not interview Tommy Rees twice, even though I get that. I know they didn't bring him back as a head coach candidate, but still, he's going to be there for the offense coordinator if they hire Jim Swayze. That's my take on that. You let me know how you feel. It will be heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to Shedeur Sanders and that offensive side of the ball. When they couldn't even figure out to add a tight end when 68 Cam Robinson on that offensive line was getting beat like a drum all 67 games. They couldn't figure out to put an extra lineman, have they running back to Chip to keep that pressure off Shedeur Sanders. Bad news, heartbreaking news. Heartbreaking news if Andrew Berry hired the defensive coordinator as a head coach. That's my take. Now, let's talk about the games today. At particular one game. When you look at the Buffalo Bills getting ready to play the Denver Broncos, that's going to be a game. You hear me? The Denver Broncos got a great defense. They got a good offensive line. But they finna go up against the man, Josh Allen. They call him Superman for a reason. One of the best quarterbacks since Cam Newton played in the NFL. A one-man game. One-man game. Josh Allen don't have no number one wide receiver like most of the teams in the NFL do. He barely got a offensive line. Defense really ain't that good. They ain't been stopping the run all year. But now Josh Allen is on the road going to Denver. Mile high. It's an upset in the making. I believe Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills will take down the Denver Broncos. You tell me who you like in that game in the chat, in the comment section. Do you want the Buffalo Bills or the Denver Broncos? Let me know what you think about it. Well, the next game. You got the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy is on the road again, headed to the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm telling you right now, it's another upset on the road if get ready to go down. The Seattle Seahawks have a good defense. They got a decent offense. They got the home field advantage. They got the 12th man. I get that. But their quarterback is injured. He haven't thrown a pass since Thursday. He haven't thrown a pass. And they are saying he's going to play today. But they got their bag-up quarterback ready to go just in case. There's no way they can go out there with a bag-up quarterback and beat the San Francisco 49ers. No way. Brock Purdy going to be doing the Dougie today. I got the San Francisco 49ers pulling out of the upset over the Seattle Seahawks. That's my take. You let me know down in the chat what you think. Once again, thank you for watching another edition of Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. Do me a favor. Do me a solid. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you don't mind. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Don't forget about the live show tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Got one of the best chat rooms on YouTube. Come on over and be a part of the show. We would love to have you as our special guest tonight. Until then, y'all have a great day. Peace.